back to Less Lethal Contingencies. Alan here. So today we're going to continue testing the X-68 Punisher build, the Pistelli X-68, and it's going to be my Punisher build here. I recently got a stainless steel barrel from MCS. It's a 685 11.5 inch. So I had an aluminum 11.5 686. I wanted to take the full advantage of the 7.5 inch extension, which was a 685. Didn't realize it at the time. I thought I was getting a 686 aluminum, but it turns out it was a steel. So I had plans on ordering the 11.5 inch stainless barrel to match with it. So sure enough, I got that in the mail the other day, and here I am. So now we're going to test it, the stainless steel barrel, which is an 11.5 inch, and I'm going to be testing it with the 6-inch Reaper suppressor as well. We're going to test this here on 1000 psi and also 1100 psi. I may test it on the 800 psi tethered as well, and I may not. I may just save that for when I go to the range, which I thought I was going today, but as it turns out, change of plans. So still working on trying to schedule a time to the club so I can do some outdoor shooting and check out the distance that we get out of this. So anyways, yeah, back to the gun. So we have the stainless steel barrel now in here rather than the aluminum, and we have the 6-inch Reaper. So we'll start off with 1000 psi high pressure air, then we'll do the 11. The 1000 tank will be my 9 CI with the built-in slide check that I have, and then the 1100 psi will be the smaller 7 CI tank, also with a slide check. Okay, and both of these tests will be using the Home Defense 24 long ASA tuning chamber here, or expansion chamber. And for ammunition, we're going to be using today the 9.9 gram riot balls. Okay, these come in at about 6.8. They slip through a 681 ball gauge. So 681, and again this is a 685 barrel. And then once we get some numbers on that, then I'm going to go ahead and in a second video I'll repeat the test, but I'll add the additional 7.5 inch extension, and then end it with the Reaper at the end of that, and then we'll see what we get for with the additional length of the barrel. But for right now, we're going to do the 11.5 and the Reaper. So let me air it up first, check for leaks. I'm going to put a little shot of silicone in the back of this ASA here. And we got that, get down in there. Freshly pumped up 1000 psi tank, 1000 psi output. It's a 3000 9 CI 3000 capacity tank, which we're just pumped up to about 3000 capacity. The output of this is 1000 psi. We'll give that a try, give that a whirl. Yeah, so we'll see if there's any difference. You know, I can always go back and compare what I was getting out of the all aluminum barrel versus the stainless steel barrel, and we'll see what the difference is. All right, that feels good. All right, we have the chrony set to feet per second. We have the silicone lubricant in there. Let's go ahead and air this up and check for leaks, and if everything looks good, then we'll start shooting. Alright, that was a good bolt activation. Everything sounds nice and quiet, just the way I like it. So that looks good. Let me put my other ear in. I'll set this down here for a second. This one, it's wise to wear ear protection. Okay, turn the laser on. We're going to be doing 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these 9.9 gram riot balls. Again, these were the coming in at 681. Just going to call off the feet per second as I shoot. We'll do 6 of these, and then we'll switch it out the tank for the 1100. We'll do another 6. Again, stainless steel, 685 stainless steel barrel, 9.9 gram riot ball. All right, shot 1. 569.8. Looks good. Shot 2. 558.5. Shot 3. 552.2. Shot 4. 550.7. Shot 5. 562.0. And it should be the last one, shot 6. 547.9. All right, that was pretty powerful. Yeah, I gotta say that was good. All right, and the magazine survived. It's wet with oil, but it survived. So, no mag drop. Everything's looking good. Yeah. That looks good. We're going to go ahead and swap this barrel out. Let me just check to see if I have any air in the bottom. Nothing at all. So that slide check works really good for degassing as well, just completely degassed. So let's go ahead and unscrew it. And then we'll try out the 1100 PSI and see if there's much of a difference. I mean, 100 PSI difference. Not sure how much of a difference there really is, but we'll take a... In the past, I haven't noticed much. I even had a case one time, one of the videos, where I think the 1000 performed better. Of course, the 1000's a slightly bigger tank, so it had a little more capacity. All right, so we took it from about 3000 right down to 1000 left. So yeah, air hog. Quite a bit of the air hog, but those were some really good numbers. What did I get, like 569 feet per second on the 9.9 gram? Yeah, those are pretty good. 9.9 gram riot ball has been my go-to for a long time. I just recently switched over to the Air Tactical 10 grams, which is essentially 9.9, but they're a little bit bigger bore. They're 684, bigger ball size, yeah, 684, whereas these are 681. But I'm starting to think, I don't know, I might be faring a little better. I'll have to revisit that video I did where I compared the 9.9 riot ball versus the 10 gram ART. I think the ART just kind of nosed out the win a little bit on that one, but I wonder, with the steel barrel being smaller than the aluminum was a 686 and this one being a 685, you know, I probably may end up going back to shooting the 9.9 riot balls. Also at the club, I'll be shooting the aluminum, which comes in, they're dropping through a 681 on the ball gauge, and they come in about 7.3 grams. So, but we'll see with that. All right. So the next tank is our little itty bitty baby, little baby tank. Okay, we got it pumped up the capacity pretty much, about 3,000 capacity. This is a 7 CI that I got through AR Tactical. Really cool tank. It's got the built-in slide check. These work great. Sometimes you gotta turn them back and forth a little bit first, but they work really good. So I'm gonna air this up. I mean, this thing was running like a fine oiled machine, I'll tell you. Speaking of which, I did throw some oil in there. Let's throw a little bit more. Let's put a little bit more in there. Keep her lubricated, right? A little bit more. You gotta keep her lubricated. What's that Offspring song? You gotta keep them separated. Yeah, I like to kind of mess with that song and say you gotta keep them lubricated instead. Yeah, that's me being crazy. All right, so we got that in there. Let's go ahead. It's unloaded. Let me double check the breech, make sure everything looks normal. Yeah, everything looks good. We don't have a bolt sticking out where it shouldn't be or anything like that. Seen that before. All right, so let's air her up on 1100. All right, I heard the bolt. I'm not hearing any leaks, so that's a good thing. Let me put my, set this down for a second here. All right, we're gonna do six more rounds of the 9.9 gram riot ball, this time with 1100 PSI pushing them. Let's see what 1100 will do for us. See if there's much of a difference between 1000 and 1100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 of the rat balls. Okay, we are hot. We are live. Just gonna call off the feet per second like I did last time. All right, shot 1. 548.6. Shot 2. 548.8. Shot 3, 540.6. Shot 4, 535.5. Shot 5, 533.7. And the last one, shot 6, 518.2. Double check to see if anything's in there. Nope. All right, so that was pretty good. Like I said, it's kind of weird. Like, it's got to be the volume in the tank, the difference between the 7 CI and the 9 CI. That's playing more into this as far as feet per second, because I'm getting less on the 1100. Now, I do have another 1100 tank. It's a 13 CI. It doesn't have the built-in slide check, so it's not as convenient. I'll have to have my own on and off in there. All right, magazine survived again, so that's good. Didn't drop. Yeah, so as I was saying, the only thing that makes sense to me is because the 7 CI is so small that it almost acts kind of like CO2 acts, behaves where it's a diminishing gas. Well, given the size of this tank, I get one full power shot, maybe 2, and then it starts dropping down right away. The pressures start dropping off. So I look at it now, yeah, we're below. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, but I can tell you, let me unscrew it. I can tell you we're below 1,000. So shooting 6 rounds of this 9.9 riot balls, and we're already below 1,000. We went from 3,000 to 1,000 below 1,000 PSI. So it's this size tank. It's almost acting like it's CO2 in a sense. It's diminishing. So I think we're below 1,000 capacity. So So, but still a great little tank to use. Small, so it's nice, very comfortable, great for home defense. But you're gonna need to swap this out probably when you go to reload. So maybe not so great for home defense. I don't know. Yes and no. I mean, I kind of want something where something a setup where I could get more than one mag, anyways. Maybe two mags, three mags. Always been my kind of ideal situation in former builds that I've done with the X-68. I always kind of had a goal of, can I get 18 rounds or three magazines off, especially if I was to use the drum magazine. I mean, what's the point in using the drum mag if all I can do is shoot off six of them, or seven or eight, and cost the eight, and maybe I get a 9 or a 10 out of it, but those are like so weak. What's the point? So it's nice to have, but it's probably not ideal going this small. So, but it is still a great bottle. I might take this regulator off of this 7 CI and put it on another 9, because at least with 9 I feel like I'm going to get 2 magazines out of 9. Believe it or not, just 2 CI difference, and it seems to be quite a bit more. I mean, you look at this 9 CI bottle, I still got 1,000 PSI left. So I mean, chances are I'd get 2 mags out of this, so pretty darn close to it. So yeah, so that's the numbers with the new MCS stainless steel barrel, the 11.5 inch barrel with the 6-inch Reaper. That's the numbers I'm getting. Yeah, I think we're gonna cut the video here, and then I'll be working on another one. I'll add the extension, the 7.5 inch extension, and we'll do another video on that. But to kind of keep these videos short, I think that's good for now. It gives me something to compare to afterwards. So thank you for watching.